StreamYard, let us in. I've never seen before. We're experiencing like a high call volume. It's like when you call your healthcare provider or cable, whatever, and they're like, due to high call volume, we can call you back in 1 to 3 days. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sounds good.
There's too much TV to talk about. It's overloading the system. There's just too many good shows.
There's so much TV, Davida.
So much TV.
Do you know that your name in Italian is Davida?
I know in Spanish it's David.
Oh,
I do know that. Yes, David. But I was not sure. I did not know that about Italian. Davida. Yes. Okay.
Welcome everybody to TV Talk here on a Thursday. We're pretty much trying to do every other Thursday. And because there's so much TV to watch, we need an extra week. I think if we had no kids and no wives and no exterior jobs either, we would do TV Talk once a week. Maybe twice a week.
Twice a week. If we might be even do like a breaking, like if some news broke, we could talk about it. Or if there was a big TV premiere finale, we could go live after the finale. Like that's not happening.
We could do that if we were to be paid by a YouTube brand that had the resources to do that, like we did at one point. We could do that. Anyway. Welcome to the show, Josh Macuga, David Griffin. First things first. Good to see everybody in chat. Jonathan Peck, MK Songbird, aka the I'd like to call MK Songbird like the source. Like he's
per sources. That's our per source.
He's our source. Like, hey, MK Songbird, who's the guy in the show that did the thing? And he'd be like, oh, it's wait, hold on. I'll tell you who the guy in the show that did the thing is. It's everybody's man crush. That's right. The people that are going to be in the Green Lantern show. Hot dude superheroes. Bum, bum, bum. I wonder if when they were like making superheroes in the comics, they're like, what if we just made one of them just like an average looking dude? Like, what do we think?
I think is there...
Hey,
is there an everyman superhero? I mean, Batman, I think, is the closest we get because it's like, well, if I had money and I knew martial arts and maybe I saw my parents get killed in front of my eyes, maybe I could be Batman. Like there was a hope. Everybody else, you had to be bit by a spider or you were a demigod like Thor. But Batman, maybe
it's possible.
Yeah, maybe. Even Green Lantern, his character is usually like an army special forces guy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, that's not me. I don't. Yeah. No, not a shot.
I don't know where we're going on this one, other than that guys like me, bald, male pattern baldness. Like, here's the thing: is really and truly, guys like us are the ones that are the spies. We are the spies because nobody expects us. A nice guy just walks into a room like, hey, I'm checking into the residences and suites, and then all of a sudden, I'm an international spy. Because they don't want guys that look like Tom Cruise to be the spy. Because when Tom Cruise walks into a room, a guy that looks like Tom Cruise, like, holy shit, that guy's gorgeous.
Stands out. Yeah, he looks great.
Right?
I was going to say, just thinking about the old days, you kind of opened talking about the old days and what we used to do. Random story. I took Miles, my son, 3 years old. One of his favorite places to go eat is one of the great American establishments known as Applebee's.
Oh,
he loves Applebee's.
The neighborhood.
So he likes going to Applebee's and Barnes and Noble because he likes looking at the toys, not the books, just the toys. So we took him to Applebee's after, and a young man named Chris came up. I forgot to tell him about our show, but he said, I remember you from the Collider days, and I miss you guys. I really liked what you guys did. I'm sorry that whatever happened over there. And I said, no. I said, thanks. Really appreciate it. We had a great time doing it. I should have told him, hey, Josh Macuga and I, our TV Talk is still alive, but I completely blanked. I had Miles with me and he was going crazy, so I completely blanked on it. But anyway, it was pretty cool. Collider, we're still getting some love out there. I'm still getting recognized all these years later, which I'm surprised. I'm very thankful for that. It's very nice compliment. Chris is his name. If Chris is watching, thanks, Chris. Really appreciated your service. Thanks so much. It was an awesome night. Yeah, thanks to Chris.
Yeah, good to see everybody in chat. Miss Lenora Dixon, Kate Von D, Scott Welsh. Straight up Matthew. There's a ton of TV to get into. Boy. This has been the last few weeks. All right, first things first. In the 2 weeks since our last broadcast, I binged the crap out of Paradise.
Good. Okay? So you got to the finale, then you finished.
That show, okay. Here's my only gripe. You know, I need a gripe. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna give that show, besides this one little plot point that, like, okay, that show is awesome. Like that, the scene where I think it might even be in the pilot. I think it's in the pilot. I think it's like the last scene of the pilot. They've got all those like very smart people, like the main evil woman, right? What's her name? Sinatra, basically.
Yeah.
Sinatra.
Yep.
She's like, build me my city. And that helicopter is just like flying in to like a giant cavern that they've built, right? I thought that like the way they thought all this stuff through and like some of the things that you thought about and like guaranteed that there is something probably going on. Like that's the thing about this show.
There's a bunker somewhere. Like not I don't mean just like a bunker like underneath the White House. Of course there's that, but there's some Truman Show type area somewhere. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Yes. What special congrats to friend of the show, Roxy Stryer, on her great news. I don't know what that is. Leo, go on. Tell us more. So,
Roxy.
But the man, like
the episode 7 was really, that was the one where they basically like, not spoiled, but they show what happened before. Yeah. And that's when everybody's like, oh, this is one of the best episodes I've ever seen. And it was really well done. I mean, the suspense, I mean, it's a little over the top.
Yes.
It's over the top for sure. But I feel like the show knows what it is. It sticks to its strengths. It goes over the top sometimes. Some of this, I won't spoil it. Some of the scenarios just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. But it's good. It's well done. I'm curious to see how they're going to bring it to a second season, if they can keep that momentum going. Because the first season's gripping. I mean, Sterling K. Brown he's awesome. Always fantastic.
Yeah.
But he's awesome in this. I love the characters. Like I said, when I told you, it has a bit of Lost, but it also has a bit of This Is Us, like the family relationships, the connections, the conversations at the bar with his friends and family. I mean, you really feel connected to the characters. You really care about all, except for Sinatra. She's just awful. Like I feel no sympathy, even though you get her backstory and you maybe can see why she is the way she is. I have no sympathy for Sinatra. She's just like a monster, like evil.
Total monster.
Yeah, don't like her. Yeah.
Roxy's filming a movie in London. That's great.
Oh, good for her. Yeah.
Way to go. Yeah. I don't think James Marsden will get I don't know if anybody from the show will get an Emmy nom. That's a really good. I'll tell you what. The person that might get an Emmy nomination, and it would be for like guest star. It wouldn't be for supporting actor. It would be Sterling K. Brown's dad.
Ooh, yeah, for guest star. That was a good scene. Yeah, about the whole thing about them being pilots and that was a good episode. Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
I like that one.
I think that the woman that plays the head of the Secret Service, basically, that was having the affair with James Marsden.
Yeah, that's one of our For All Mankind folks.
Right,
yeah.
For All Mankind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good to see her pop up in another show. But I think what I like about the show, and Jesus Pena saying it, how can anyone survive that massive wave? It's a good question.
That wave was high. It was a tall wave.
The wave was huge, but again, because they built it up in the Rockies, there was definitely certain parts of the world. What they were more worried about, obviously, was the nukes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And when that wave eventually receded and all of that things, I guarantee you there's people, they were like more worried about the nuclear winter, the radiation, everybody dying, blah, 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 blah.
I didn't really get that scenario. Like if the world was ending, I get the idea. I know I get nukes, but like there's a big wave and millions of people are dying. Let's start firing nukes. Because I know it's all about, we got to conserve our resources. We're going to fight it. But like, what is firing nukes doesn't help the resources. That blows everything up, makes the air bad. I didn't get that. Just the firing
I don't get
nukes.
Either, but I think that like, I don't know, David. I think
it doesn't matter. The show's great. It doesn't matter. It's just one of those things. I'm like, why are they just firing nukes? Like, let's just fire our nukes.
Let us not ascribe logic to paradise. Okay? Well done.
That's good, Daniel.
Right. Okay. And also we got a shout out to our buddy Gramash. Where's Sinead? How's she doing? I text with Sinead every now and then. She's doing great. You know,
Yeah.
She's working. She's got like her own channel now, I think. With
She
some
does like
other-
QVC Plus stuff. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
still doing QVC Plus.
Yeah.
She was doing that.
She's a mom and she's crushing it. We text every now and then. Yes. Sinead
Oh,
doing- and
yeah,
then
not to interrupt our Paradise thing, but did you see Scott Welsh has a stream lab? It was from last week. He said, or 2 weeks ago, he said late on last show. I told Scott we'd make sure we look out for it.
yes, I will pull that up in just 1 second. But I want to give a shout out to my buddy Matthew. I went to my third Penguins game in my life on Tuesday night with my family, and I'm 3-0. Matthew, go to every game. We need more wins. We need Sidney Crosby surrounded by some younger talent so we can make one more cup run while we still have Sidney Crosby, and then build a team for the future. I have a plan. If you would like to see my 37-page document on how to rebuild the Penguins, it's very in-depth. It's not. We need one more. Gramash, eating history season 2. When? Zero chance that ever happens. But I had a great time shooting season 1. Thanks to COVID for ruining that show and getting that canceled. Okay, here's my one.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
My one great. And Gramash, I really like doing that show. And no, BW, I don't have a 37 page. It was a joke. Okay, so if everybody is tracked in that area and they like know where everybody is, and it's like a big brother is watching you kind of thing, which by the way, if there's everybody down there and everybody's like seems like a pretty good, like why fuck with a good thing?
Yep.
I think it's not too bad.
Yep.
But when the tablet goes missing, okay, which has anything and everything of how they got down there.
It's like the ultimate tablet, every secret.
Tablet.
Yeah.
And it's still like powered on. They know where it is. They're like, they need to find that tablet. Just hit find my tablet.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's a
Right?
good point. Like find my iPhone. Yep.
Like they could have, all you gotta do is write it in real quick there, Fogelman. Okay. Just show the girl pulling out the chip and being like, hey, I got this chip. Don't worry about the tablet. But if the tablet is powered on and she can't figure out how to turn it, like, and do the things, they know where the tablet is.
So that's my thing too. Not to go too into spoilers, but it's like when she gets the tablet and they find a way to open it, like just like any smartphone, when you turn it off, you got to do the security thing again. Right?
Right.
You can't keep I guess unless you go in the settings and disable security, but I don't know. And again, like Daniel said,
let us not
let's not overthink Paradise. Let's just let it be.
Also, the chance of that plane starting up 5 years later after it had been done.
And also, too, it's like there's all those planes in the way. You can't just. I'm not a pilot, but I've been in enough air. You can't just taxi your way through that.
Hey, we're gonna need a backup Air Force One, and we're gonna need a backup Air Force Two.
Yes, you're gonna go like in every plane, and you know.
But again, let us not subscribe,
right?
Because it was good. It was good.
It was a great show.
Really enjoyed that show. I sometimes hate when they're like, and I know this is like, you know, I don't want to say woke of me or whatever, but I hate when like the solution to like solving the mutiny that is happening, or, you know, like taking out Big Brother is like, we got to go get the guns, right? Is like, can we do it without the weapons that we were supposed to not bring in there? Like, that just goes to show you, it's like the way to solve everything is like, gotta get the fucking guns. We gotta get the bombs and the guns, and we're gonna shoot people. It's like, I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah, that's. I think it's the whole show though. It's, you know, it's supposed to be a paradise, but it's not. It's not paradise. It's the same. People are the same. It's like The Walking Dead. They're the same up there as they are. You know, it's just people being people. Yeah.
So
I'm glad you caught up on it, Josh.
What's up?
I'm glad you caught up on the show. Yeah.
Leo says, was anyone bummed who the killer was? His fate? I will say no, because.
Oh yeah.
Because if you remember in Better Call Saul, Davida, they showed near the end of the series of Better Call Saul those Germans that came to build the underground meth lab and how it was driving them crazy, right? And if they went out and they told anybody who they were, and if they disappeared, then like all of a sudden, you know, like, hey, you're dealing with the cartel, you're gonna get shot, right? Now, that was always my biggest thing, was like getting the workers there, because it would take a literal army of people, thousands of workers and people to build that. to dig that out, to do those things, and to keep it totally hidden and away from people and all those things is like, okay, I would say 99.99% of conspiracy theories out there, and you can say what you want, are pretty much bogus. Okay. Like Hillary Clinton's not eating babies at a pizza parlor. Okay. Listen, stupid people say stupid things. Okay. But if they are building an underground area for 25,000 people with that many workers, that big, like you can get away with a bunker and like the army and, you know, whatever, like you're building this and they can't say anything, da, 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 da. But eventually you guys are going to get drunk at a bar and be like, hey, I'm in Denver. You'll never believe what we're building. Like there's a helicopter in a mountain, right? Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is that one of the guys, the workers we see him get let go. And they just kind of let him go back in the world.
Yes.
It's like, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to just be quiet and not say anything?
Totally. Unless you're like, hey, by the way, you guys get to live here too. That would take like a third of the population is construction work.
Yeah.
Unless you like, oh, thanks for building it. You're all dead. Like, I mean, Sinatra may have done something.
She might have done that. She might have done it. We might get a flashback in season 2 or something. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
But I will say that, like, I did like the fact that my plot point of where do all these people go that built this place, one of them was the actual killer, right? Yes. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. But again, if you take a lot of like my simple mind, because if I was writing this show, I'd be like, I don't know, you can't build this without somebody ratting on somebody without saying something. We have to. And everybody's like, nah, forget about it. It doesn't matter. Sterling K. Brown's going to be in it. You're like, great, I'm in.
We're good. Yeah.
All that aside, I really enjoyed the show.
Yes. I think that's the important thing. Great show.
Really good.
Little nitpicks, but a good show.
All in all,
great show.
Good show. And that's 20 minutes into the episode.
All on Paradise, the show that came out 3 months ago. No, it's not that old. No.
That's why, David, we no longer have a boss telling us what we should and should not cover. Okay. However, had we been employed by a company that let us watch it right away, we could have talked about this right away.
Could have. We can only dream, Josh. We can still dream. We can still dream. Josh, I can give you some really good news though that came out. I think it was yesterday. Is that we are getting more Landman. That's really exciting. Landman season 2. I think we all assumed it was going to be renewed. The ratings were fantastic. Yes. Nothing but high praise for the show. It's official now. We're getting the second season of Landman. So I'm pumped. Always going to see more Billy Bob Thornton on TV.
Always good. I mean, I think that was I don't want to say like the biggest surprise for me, but I would say like surprised of how much I really liked it.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Like I knew I'd like it, but I didn't know I was going to love it. Because here's the thing with Landman. Take Billy Bob aside, right? We talked about it. One of the greatest cigarette smoking people of all time. Okay. We love, but what they did with the wife character, Ali Lar, and the daughter with the old folks home and stuff, right? That's like an integral part of liking them when you really weren't liking them at the beginning, like liking the entertainment value of them, but
they're over the top. Seriously, over the top. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the daughter, I think the actress is probably in her 28 or something, I think, but she's supposed to be 17 or something or 18.
It's a good question.
Just like this is, yeah.
Hey, let's ask the source. MK Songbird, can you see how old
Billy Bob's daughter is in the
Rodney P, can we get a Landman and Lioness crossover? I don't know if those really. Oh, you know what? Davida. Got it. Okay. So Lioness comes down to help Landman take out the cartel.
Well, yeah, in season 2, they were on the border of Mexico and Texas. They were down there. So
thank you.
It says she's 27. Michelle Randolph.
Source. Thank you.
Yeah. Not 17, not 18. No.
Not 17, not 18, not 18, 27.
Yeah. But again, we do not need to overthink Landman or Paradise.
How dare we?
Yeah. We don't need to overthink these shows. Yeah, not that kind of show.
MK Songbird, have forgotten she is also in 1923.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I still haven't watched it.
Either. I watched 1885.
1883.
1883.
I watched that as well. Yes.
But I haven't got to 1923, and maybe I should because now there's like 2 seasons.
And it's doing well. I mean, again, great ratings.
Yeah.
It's doing well. I love
Right.
Harrison Ford, love Helen Mirren. So yeah, I should check it out. I think I was just getting a little burnt out on the Yellowstone universe. I'm like, I need a break. It's
Yeah.
like too much Yellowstone. I need a break.
This is our time now to go to 1923 because we were
And then do a review on season 1 3 years later.
not too bad. Not too bad because I couldn't get through season 2 of Tulsa King. I really liked season 1, but season 2 was just a caricature of season 1.
Yeah.
And so but Lioness season 2 may have been better than season 1.
Very good. Yes.
Of Lioness.
And we're probably going to get more of that too, which is good. So,
which is awesome.
Yes,
right?
More Lioness is always good. Not like a huge bit of news coming up. There's some quick trailers. There's another Last of Us trailer. I mean, I think we're already. I don't think you can get any more amped for that show than we already are. It's coming out April 13th.
Yeah, I'm
April 13th. Yeah,
I think
you're gonna be on a cruise, right?
Be on a cruise.
Where are you guys going?
We go to.
You going East Coast of the Caribbean, or like out to Florida? And
yeah, so we cruise out of Miami. Miami.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As Will Smith once famously said.
Are you doing a Disney cruise with Rosie? Or is this an adult cruise?
No, it's an adult cruise. It's a swingers cruise.
Good for you. Well, hey, I mean, hey, whatever. As long as you and Amanda, you guys have, you're honest about it. I mean, hey, that's to each his own.
No judgment.
Have fun. No judgment. Nope. No judgment.
Our friend Heather is a very successful comedian, and she is doing a cruise for like her fans. And Amanda's company, Show Me Your Moo, has a couple of fashion shows on the boat. I'm hosting some karaoke, maybe doing some stand-up, and hosting a couple of the fashion shows each night. And so it's like a paid vacation, I guess.
Nice. And no Rosie.
No Rosie. Rosie.
Ooh, very good.
Around.
Good. You get some nice. That's awesome.
Yes. And so I won't be able to watch. I'm gonna figure out a way to watch The Last of Us season premiere because that trailer. I don't know anything about the video game. We've been over this. I've never played it. I don't like last year when like so-and-so showed up and it was like the same voice actor as this person. I was like, I don't care. Their show is awesome. Like it does nothing for me. I don't know anything about it. That trailer just got me more excited, David.
Yeah.
It just got me
Can't wait. I do know where it's going, but I'm still excited because the show explores, it expands on parts of the game that the game doesn't go into. So even as a fan of the game, like I know where the arc of season 2 and potentially season 3 is going. There's still things I'm learning, which is fun. So for me, I watch it with Michelle because she likes horror. So she enjoys it. And I can't wait. I'm excited. So we know that's good. When I was looking over the news today, because I do entertainment news, I look it up for some of the work I do for Amazon. And New York Times had a really good article on just this whole wave of Philadelphia crime shows coming out, which I know, Josh, we've talked about this before, but I forgot it's like all this week. Well, it was Deli Boys last week that I know we're going to talk about Deli Boys. Dope Thief comes out tomorrow. Ooh. And then Long Bright River is tonight on Peacock. That's Amanda Seyfried. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah, I've been seeing the trailers for that. Huh?
Yeah, so that's all. There's all these Philly shows, and they're all like kind of about FBI agents and cops in and around Philadelphia, on the drug scene. So I know Deli Boys is more of like a straight comedy, but
it is very much a comedy. Yeah. We can get into it later in the show, but I really enjoy it. And I know I'm a little biased because my buddy's in the show, but like it's funny. They do a good job. It's not like the whole time is it laugh out loud funny. It just has a way of moving along. Like there isn't a lot of stagnation to it. Mm-hmm. Everything is. It's not so stupid that it's not believable, and it's not so funny that it's trying to be funny, which I think is really good. I think it's just funny enough that it's believable and also absurd. I think I contradicted myself like 4 times in that. Anyway, as a person from Pittsburgh, David, I'd like to say something if I could. If you could give me a few seconds.
No, please.
We have crime in Pittsburgh too. Why can't we have crime shows in Pittsburgh? David, they just got the Super Bowl. We already friggin' know it. Okay? Now, I know there's tax credits across the whole state, David. We've been over this. Pittsburgh has crime too. You
did have a couple of shows. You had the Pradeeps of Pittsburgh. I know it's not a crime show. And you have The Pit, which is currently airing, which is very good. So you have 2 shows in Pitt. That's pretty good. 2 shows in Pittsburgh. It's not bad. And the Pit's one of the better shows that's come out this year.
That's true. I'll take the Pit.
It's a great show.
Win.
Yeah.
And they do mention a lot of Pittsburgh neighborhoods, and every time they do, I get them like, ooh. Yeah, okay, we'll take the Pit for that. That's okay. Okay.
So Pittsburgh's getting love. Hey, you're getting more love than Buffalo, so you can't. You're getting a lot more love there.
Show.
There was not a show, but there was an episode of the X-Files. Now, granted, I doubt they stepped foot in Buffalo to film any of that, but it was set in Buffalo. I remember I was very excited. I remember I was watching with my dad, and an episode came and said Buffalo, New York, and they had like a panning shot of downtown Buffalo. I'm like, oh, they're in Buffalo. I'm sure they're probably on some backlot in Vancouver or wherever they filmed X-Files. But anyway, it was cool. They did do that in Buffalo.
Buddy, and I think I've introduced you to him. Maybe his name's Aaron Horowitz. He's a writer in LA. Good dude. Mm-hmm. We wrote a pilot called Let's Go Buffalo.
Was it about the Buffalo Bills?
It was about a family and their fandom of the Buffalo Bills and how their life and like the pilot's about, like it's flashback, then current and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to a few different people. Everybody that read it loved it, but never like most scripts and things that we, try to get a director, try to get some actors to read it, blah, blah, blah. It didn't go in. But I was like, we shoot everything on site, and any of the like interiors, we obviously come to a backlot or wherever, maybe end up in Pittsburgh. So we're close to Buffalo. We can go back and forth. But I think Buffalo is one of those towns that now with the Bills Mafia and all that that deserves a show. It really does.
Yeah.
And
Josh just signed a deal. Josh Allen, our quarterback, signed a deal with Skydance Sports, I believe, a long-term deal to like develop. He's basically trying to follow in Manning's, and Omaha Productions footsteps. So he wants to be like Peyton and Eli. So he's going to start developing TV shows and programs for Skydance. I think it's Skydance Sports. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get something Buffalo. We'll get something.
Maybe.
I mean, I have it in the show notes later, but Celtic City, which of course Bill Simmons produced, and Bill Simmons, to his credit, we know he's a Boston homer, but it's a fantastic show. He knows how to make a good sports documentary. He definitely does. I've seen the first 2 episodes of Celtic City. Very good.
I haven't watched that yet. I'm very excited too. I mean, Bill Simmons did the Yacht Rock documentary, so I love.
Yep.
I watched the Comeback, which was about the 2004 Boston Red Sox.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Was that Bill Simmons too?
I don't know if it's Bill Simmons. Yeah. It's on Netflix, which would make me think it's not Bill Simmons because he does everything for Max, right?
Sure. Yeah, he has a relation. Yeah, HBO's his contract. Yeah.
But it's 3 episodes, and it's all about like 2003 Boston versus New York and 2004 Boston versus New York, back when that rivalry like was at its peak, right? With David Ortiz and Derek Jeter, all those. Anyway, it was really good. What was I saying? But if these Philly shows, because our buddy MK Songbird said Peacock dropped the entire season of Long Bright River today.
Yep, it's a binge.
Be how Philly will take our moment in the sun proudly. And spoken like a true Philly, if the show is about really dirty people doing drugs and like busting dope and all that kind of stuff, you take that, Philly. My favorite part of the Pit so far is when that nurse who got punched in the 2 episodes ago, who's like my favorite character in the show, when she's yelling at everybody.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not Philly. That man.
Yeah. Oh, and Philly has Abbott Elementary.
That's true too.
And they had It's Always Sunny, which I know isn't on anymore, but they had It's Always Sunny. Yeah. Philly's had a lot of, and Mayor of Easttown. Philly's had a lot of shows.
What the fuck?
I feel like Philly's had more big shows than even like LA recently. It feels that way. Probably not. But
I'm going to make a YouTube video every day about why shows should be filmed in Pittsburgh and just keep putting it on. Just keep YouTubing. Make it my own personal journey of making sure that more shows get filmed about Pittsburgh. And then a second, like if it's not about Pittsburgh, it's got to be about Buffalo. How's that?
What was the baseball movie? Was that Pittsburgh or San Francisco? Remember that movie, The Fan, with De Niro and Wesley Snipes? It was San Francisco, the Giants. Boo.
I know.
Okay, never mind. That was a good movie. I like that movie.
Good movie.
It's a good movie.
Good ballpark. Fancy park.
Josh, news-wise, nothing really else. The Bondsman, there's a trailer. New Kevin Bacon series. He's like a demon hunter. It's like, that's not really a show for Josh. Looks like Supernatural.
Yeah.
Kind of. He's hunting demons.
Though, David? Because it's Kevin Bacon, who I think is the most underrated, overrated actor.
I like Bacon. Yeah.
I love Bacon.
I love Bacon.
I'm going to watch the pilot and see what it kind of looks too much like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. And he's got like the chainsaw. What's the one with the chainsaw guy? What's that movie?
I was just going to say
Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's films. Evil Dead. Evil Dead.
Thank you.
It looks like Evil Dead. Yeah.
That was the one that Perry kept trying to make me watch back in the day.
Yeah.
Perry Monroe. But the one that did grab my attention,
Yes,
is the John Hamm one.
Yes. Your Friends and Neighbors. Apple TV Plus.
Now, do I think it is a cool idea? No. But do I think that the trailer sold me on if it's a cool idea? Yes.
A rich guy loses his job, has to support his rich lifestyle, so he decides to rob his rich friends.
Yes.
Makes sense. Why not?
I'll give you a heads up, David. When you're that rich, okay, and unless you've made some, well, I'm guessing they'll get into that show that he made some awful financial decisions or something of that nature. When you're that high up in a company or you've done that well, you're going to get hired somewhere else.
Yeah, true. Unless it was some scandal, someone else will hire you. Even if it's not as well paying, you're going to get another executive job somewhere. Yes.
Exactly. Ooh, MK Songbird, The Source, coming in hot. New season of Hacks premiering April 10th.
Yeah, that was kind of like a subtle news drop. It's like, hey, by the way, Hacks is coming back. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That show's borderline perfect. I mean,
April's busy. Got Last of Us, Andor, Hacks. There's some others, a couple of movies coming on. There's a lot going on in April. Busy month in April.
I mean, it's only getting busier, David, because the strike is over and all this TV is flooding our brains.
It's a good time to be alive for television.
Great time to be alive.
Time for television.
Also a great time to be alive for golf, David. Players Championship this weekend.
That's right, golf's in full swing. Tiger has yet another surgery. That man has had more surgeries.
Golly, he's the bionic man. At this point, I think we need to build him into a bionic man. So that like his body is no longer made of bones, but adamantium. Basically, I'm pitching him as Wolverine, right?
He could be Wolverine.
Yeah. People bringing up Black Mirror in the chat.
I missed last season. I've seen all the seasons except for I missed season 6. Yeah, I didn't even watch it. So
I've only watched 2 episodes. I watched the first episode ever, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. And then somebody told me you should watch San Junipero because it's actually nice and has like a good plot to it, and so I watched that, and that's it.
That one's depressing.
San Junipero?
Is that the one about like death and afterlife?
No, they get to like live together, and you basically, it's like they created a heaven via digital.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. But though that show has robots, Josh. You wouldn't like that. Yeah, that show has robots in it. Yeah, Black Mirror, no robots.
No robots.
That's out, and then we have a whole lot of TV to talk about. Josh, probably should get into it.
Which we start
into it. Well, probably start with Daredevil. That's the big one. If we were at our old job, this whole hour would just be talking about Daredevil and breaking down the Easter eggs. Which I'm not a Marvel snob, so I don't know enough about the comics to talk about. Even though I love the character and I love the show. I love the show. More important.
This just justifies. Well, first things first. I don't know if this has happened to you, David, but I have checked Netflix every time for a new episode, realizing that it says on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot. Back in the day, it was Netflix. Yeah, it was Netflix. Yeah.
So I'm on Netflix. I'm going like, where is Daredevil? Where is it? So it's on Disney Plus. Just for those. It's a couple of wild cameos in the season. Dark Winds is back. Did I miss it?
Yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's on AMC Plus and AMC. Yeah.
I wonder if we DVR'd it. Okay. Anyway, Daredevil. You told me. You texted me. I can read your text to the crowd, but I think it was pretty simple. Just said first two episodes of Daredevil. Head exploding emoji. Boom.
Big exclamation point. Because you're like, Daredevil's out? I was like, yes, it's out now.
Because I was on Netflix the whole time. I'm like, where is the damn Daredevil?
You just keep refreshing the Daredevil page. Like, this is no longer available on Netflix.
Now, David, here's a question, a Marvel question for you. Is White Tiger like in the comic books, or did we make that up?
I assume he's in the comic books, but I could not. I'd have to just look him up. I could not tell you anything about his character.
MK Songbird, the source. You are our source. Is White Tiger in the comics?
Yes, his name's Ava Ayala. He's a comic book character.
Okay.
Yep, he is a character, but I know nothing about him.
Thank you, B. Howe. Thank you, Howe 26. Go Birds.
Oh, there's a female version too. Oh, Ava's the female. Ava. There's a female version of White Tiger. Okay. Ava's her name. Huh.
Ooh, I wonder if the therapist turns into female White Tiger.
Ooh. Oh, maybe. That'd be cool.
I thought that she was going to be Elektra.
Oh,
We already didn't we see
we
Elektra?
already had Elektra, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Netflix version,
It
right? I think
wasn't
we
very
already.
good because remember she like with all those ninjas coming out of everywhere and he had to like kill all the ninjas. It was a lot.
Oh, Scott Welch saying Ava is his niece, so
Oh,
maybe we'll meet his niece.
in season 2, we
Oh,
right,
talking about Elektra in season 2. Okay, Elektra. Yeah.
no. So what they're saying is his niece. So is the niece. So Ben Urich's niece, BB, who's the does she become White Tiger then?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Regardless, right? David, I legit had no idea at the beginning of this of episode 1 when everybody gets killed. Okay.
Great fight scene in the bar. I forgot how good those fight scenes on Daredevil are. I completely forgot how good they are.
Bullseye and the paperclip, which is a throwback to Colin Farrell's Bullseye.
Yep.
I was like, wait, Foggy's dead?
Yeah.
Is he in another show? Like, is this for real? Like, do we come? Is it like a flash forward and it was like, oh, Foggy just had like a real bad heart attack or something? Like he doesn't, he's mad. And then Karen, is she not in it? What? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, Karen, but have you seen episode 3?
She doesn't come back in episode 3.
Oh yeah. I guess we don't see her again, do we?
She's just in like when they.
But when the show was renewed for season 2, it's already been renewed for a second season. It says they're all coming back.
Yes.
So yeah, she's around.
The actor who played Hector Aiello, White Tiger, passed away in 2023. So that's how old this filming of this is.
Oh no, Camar de los Reyes, the actor who portrayed Hector. Oh no. Yeah. So Behow, I don't know. So that's what I was going to ask you, Josh. So what Behow was saying, that's when I read the news when the show was renewed. It said Foggy and Karen will be back in season 2, and I was like, does that mean flashbacks or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe Behow, if you know what that means with them coming back. I know Karen we know is alive, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Behow can explain that. I saw that too.
So my joke was that Daredevil's a terrible lawyer because he brought up that he was White Tiger and then he gets him killed.
Well, he gets him killed. And I love that the judge just like, what? You can't do that. He's like, but you know what? You pushed me too far. And it's like, well, we can't do anything about it now. It's out of the bag. Like if this was like real court, like that judge would have
squashed it, mistrial.
We're out, get out of here. You're just barred for doing that.
If we live by Jesus Peña's or Jesus Peña's way of thinking, how dare you bring in logic to my Daredevil? Okay. How dare. No. Okay. But what we're leading up to, like there's an awesome fight scene at the beginning. Then it's pretty slow, right? You got Wilson Fisk running for mayor. He wins mayor. And then when he like at the end of episode 2, when Daredevil is back, right? That was sick. That was what a way to end that second.
Just also him just letting out that scream because you can tell he's angry, like he doesn't want to do. It's like you pushed me. He didn't want to do it, but he made him do it. Even just the small scene, seeing Fisk and his wife in therapy together. I'm down for that. I'm down for couples therapy. I love Vincent D'Onofrio, so he's so good. Like everything, like the way his mannerisms, the way like he kind of moves his fingers, and he's always twitchy. Yeah. And then we have James Gandolfini's son, Michael Gandolfini, little Tony Soprano, is out there. Yeah, Tony's there. He's doing his thing. It seems like he's going for like a little comedic shtick. I guess that's his thing. He's going to be like kind of the goofy guy.
Yeah, he's like the kind of like dork.
But then he's probably going to climb his way up. I can see him climbing because he's going to figure out. Yeah, Fisk likes him. Yeah,
he's going to figure out like what he does. He's going to see something he shouldn't see.
Right.
Vanessa, that's not what we do anymore. But I do like the couple therapy.
I love it. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
No, I'm so glad the show's back.
I think it just goes, I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum here. Yeah. Just goes to prove our point that Daredevil was as good as it got for the Marvel TV, and it's still as good as it gets.
It's still good. It's probably one of their best shows.
Yes.
And so last week, our friend Liam, I went to go see the new Captain America. It's not really new. It's like a month old, but again, don't have that kind of job anymore. So I don't get to see all the movies right when they come out. So I saw Captain America, A New World, Brave New World. And I watched it after I'd already seen the first couple episodes of Daredevil.
Okay.
And honestly, the writing in Daredevil is so much stronger than what I saw in Cap. Not trying to hate on Brave New World. Actually, I kind of enjoyed it. There's like some good action. I love Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
But the writing and character development is so much stronger on Daredevil than Captain America. I was way more involved in Daredevil than after Captain America. I kind of instantly forgot the plot, forgot about it. Cool action sequences, but it didn't leave me feeling anything. Whereas Daredevil, like I can't wait to see the next episode.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I would have never really thought that in Marvel's heyday in the film side of things, even though the Daredevil TV series was good, the films were just, everyone was just blowing me away. Totally. Now, I don't know. I feel like Daredevil's, I don't know. It's really good. It's really well made. And
I'm looking forward to Frank Castle.
Yeah. We know he's going to be in this season. He's getting in his own little like one-off show. Yeah. We're going to see John Bernthal. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Pretty excited. It's pretty great. Pretty great.
B-How, there's a storyline in the comic where Foggy's death was fake and even Matt perceives him to be dead. People are speculating the show is going to follow that storyline or use Foggy in flashbacks. Scott Welsh, an Easter egg in the comic book #1. Foggy doesn't know about it. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Now, that being said, David.
Yes.
When do you think he breaks out the costume? When do you think he comes? Like episode 5, 6?
Daredevil? I think next episode. I think this the coming episode. Because I think when he did that to the cops, that kind of brought him back. And now with what happens at the end of episode 3, I think he's going to come back. I think it's next episode. I'm assuming he has the suit in the closet, or he's going to go to his guy and get a new one. But I think he's coming back next episode.
Not to spoil things. I mean, we've already spoiled some in the show, but we think it's a Punisher frame, right? Like that Punisher.
Oh, it's not him. No, it's not Frank.
Right.
No. Yeah. It seems like because you see that skull throughout the city. I think they showed a few times, or at least once, like in other parts. So it seems like his like the Punisher, kind of like in the Joker movies, is like. It's caught on. People are like embracing who the Punisher is and what he stands for. And it was probably like a fanboy who did that. If I had to take a guess, I'm just guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next? We have 11 minutes. So let's get to
11. Okay. I want to, Josh, because I want to talk about 1,000 Blows. Did you finish that?
Okay. No, I didn't finish the whole show. I only finished the pilot. How many episodes? Is it classic?
8. No, 8. I think it's 8. So I finished it.
I'm going to finish Deli Boys. Then I'm going to go and try and finish 1,000 Blows while also watching Dope Thief, because Amanda and I are watching Running Point and Reacher. A lot going on, but Running Point.
Michelle watches Running Point. I don't watch it. She watches it.
Dave, it's pretty funny.
Okay. When I saw the trailer, I was like, because Michelle's like, oh, I want to watch this. I'm like, you can go ahead and watch it without me. I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Of Kate Hudson's wild plastic surgery, which is like very good and very weird at points, like her face doesn't move like it used to, obviously. It's very funny. The writing's very good, the characters are good, the casting is great. I think it's very well done. It could have been super hokey. I mean, it's Mindy Kaling, and as much as I can't stand her as a person, she's a very talented writer, and the shows she makes are very good.
And it got renewed for a second season quickly, so it's already picked up, so it's doing well. I don't want to go too into it. 1,000 Blows, I love. So if you finish that, just couple that more. Adolescence, you've probably seen a lot of people in the comments. I've already watched it. I had the screeners for it, so I watched it last week. It might be, I know it's early, so I'm going to be a little hyperbolic, but it's probably one of the best shows of the year. It's fantastic. It's Netflix. It comes out today. It's out today.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. It's Stephen Graham again. Stephen Graham. It's a lot of the same cast as 1,000 Blows. So you have Doherty, who plays Carr. She's in it too. Stephen Graham's wife, Hannah Walters, is in Adolescence and in 1,000 Blows. She's one of the she's in that too. So like he has the same cast. I think he writes some of the episodes. What you're going to see a lot of people in the comments talk about is it's all one shot. So it's a big oneer. Each episode, there's 4 episodes, and they're all long oneers.
Wow.
The acting is incredible. Stephen Graham will be nominated. I don't know if he's going to win. It's early in the year, but he'll be nominated for BAFTAs, for Emmys. It'll be all limited series, but he is. It's really hard to watch. Josh, I know we're parents.
Yeah.
I think it makes it harder. Like Michelle kind of bawled at the end. Like
Okay.
It's fantastic. It's brutal, but it's only 4 episods,
Gotcha.
and then it's done.
Yeah.
But it really is fantastic. I recommend everybody watch Adolescence if you can. It's really good.
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, Stephen Graham, I know I say this a lot about things, but like Stephen Graham is one of those actors that like I don't think about that often, but if he's in something, I know it's good.
Yeah.
I would put him in the underrated category in the
100%.
sense like, you know, he's not a leading man. He's in great movies. He's a Guy Ritchie guy. He like everything he's in, he's awesome in, right?
Yeah.
But he's never in the conversation of like, you know, who should be the next James Bond or who should be this, who should be that. He's one of those dudes that's like, because who'd he play in Boardwalk Empire? Was he Capone?
He was Al Capone. Yeah.
Al Capone,
fantastic.
Right?
Yeah. Loved him.
Where you're like, not many people can pull off Al Capone where he's likable, lovable, but a maniac.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Graham does that, man. He is that character of like, he's the lovable criminal. He's the lovable sociopath. He does that role really well. And then every time he's in something, you're like, God, this guy's got range, you know?
And he's a small dude, but he like, but he comes off as bigger than he is. Like every scene he's in, he's usually the shortest guy in the scene. Yes. But like, he just carries so much. Yeah. B Howe. Yeah. Talk about charisma, tons of charisma, tons. Totally. Yeah. So Josh, if you get a chance, there's a lot to watch. Adolescence is 4 episodes. It's worth it.
Got it. Love it.
Yeah. Very worth it.
What do we got next?
We got, I talked about Celtic City, Boston Celtics. If you like sports documentaries, it's really
going to be in that. Do you know?
I don't know. I've seen 2. I would imagine 8 to 10 if I had to take a guess. Because it's going through the whole history. Like it starts in the 50s and 60s with Bill Russell and Red Auerbach goes through all that. Okay. Really good. Talked about Paradise, The Pit, Josh. Week to week, The Pit's fantastic. I really don't like what's her name, Santos. I didn't want her to be right about the doctor and his issues. I really didn't want her to be right about that. I was hoping she was wrong. I don't like her. I really don't like her character.
Me neither.
I don't like her.
But
she was right. She was right. She's smart. She's smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
I think I think it's intentional that we're not supposed to like her because she thinks she's the smartest person in the room, and she might be, right? The girl that plays the daughter of the surgeon, the young Indian girl who like went to college when she was 13 or something like that, right?
Supriya. Oh no, that's her mom. Shabana Aziz is her name.
She is great at being cringe.
Javadi.
Yeah, Shivani. Yeah. She's very great at being cringe. Like she's a funny, like she's the only comedic relief in that show, really. Mm-hmm. And then like, you know, the EMTs and all like the side characters, very much like a comedic relief in a very serious thing, like serious comedic, serious comedic. She's our comedic relief. I enjoy that. Same as the young dude who keeps like all of his patients keep dying on him.
I know, and he has to keep changing the joke of him changing his scrubs. Yeah. I wonder, I'm so curious. We know it got renewed for a second season. Just how they're going to do season 2. Is it going to be like a week later, like the next shift? Is it going to be like a year later? Like, I wonder what the time jump, because we're just getting one long shift. I think we're on episode 11. I think 11's coming up, 11th hour. So I think it's 15 episodes. So yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to do season 2. Yeah. Great show. Show.
Agreed.
What else? Josh, how's White Lotus going?
God, I don't think I like it.
Is it a bad season, or are you just kind of like the whole gimmick? You're just kind of over it.
I think it's a bad season. There isn't one person in this show. I don't know, man. Like there's some things I think that I like, and then I don't like them, and then there's some things I don't like, and then I think I do like it. I don't know. It's just fine. I think David, I think to answer your question is yes. I think I'm over the shtick. I think I'm over the murder mystery of who done it or who's gonna do it, kind of a thing. I don't know. It's on a scale of 1 to 10. I watch it. Amanda watches it. We keep watching it in spite of probably not liking it because we need to know. And it's one of those cultural things where it's in the pop culture. So
it's a huge show, yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe going back 1 or 2 seasons, I don't know if I really liked most of anybody in the other ones. But there always was like a very likable character. And in this one, there just isn't that very likable character, except for maybe Walton Goggins' girlfriend. She might be the most likable. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Not too sure about it.
It's fine. Scale of 1 to 10. If the first 2 seasons are like 7s and 8s, this is like a 5.
Okay. And what about Righteous Gemstones? Another Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins is everywhere. He's
Yeah.
everywhere. How's Righteous Gemstones?
Saying it best. What's the goal of this season? I don't know. Jesus, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that Righteous Gemstones, David, in the premiere, it's like this flashback to basically how the Gemstone family started.
I saw it's Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Like he comes in and I'm like, is that Bradley Cooper? Like,
Philadelphia, more Philly,
fucking Philly. Damn it. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I think this is the final season. I honestly didn't know they were doing a 4th season. I thought it was over. So I'm liking that it's back, and I do enjoy this show. I'm looking forward to seeing like the usual cast of characters. The husband of the sister in Righteous Gemstones plays the head of the FBI office in Philly in Deli Boys. This guy's he's like kind of up and coming, funny comedic actor. Like he's very good at being stupid. Like he's one of the great stupid actors I've seen in a while. Yeah.
Okay. Righteous Gemstones. So excuse me. I don't watch Drive to Survive. I haven't watched it in years, Josh, but I am actively invested in Formula One. I know it's starting back up next week. Okay. Or the week after is the first race of the season. I do watch the races. I can't wait to see Lewis Hamilton is going to be on Ferrari this year. Yeah. Very excited, but I have not seen any Drive to Survive.
I'll be honest. I haven't watched Drive to Survive in a couple of years, and I tried to start this season again because
it's just too much. I can't.
David, I was lying to myself. I was trying. Like my brother started like Formula One. My cousins were talking about it. Yeah. We're doing some DraftKings with it. I don't like it. I don't. Like it. It's boring. It's just same thing over and over. Now, people could say the same thing about golf. I would argue that it's not the same thing over again. They're like, they hit the shots don't go. No, it's very different.
You have different winners too. It's not always like, it'd be like even Tiger, as dominant as he was, didn't win as much as Verstappen won. No. Like that, like every week, just win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they keep doing this show when it's the same thing. Like it's the same drivers, it's the same races, it's all the same things. Full Swing, I think, is not doing a great job, really and truly. Like they don't set up a story really well. Like each episode's around a golf. Like they don't, because they can't get all of the golfers to agree to be in it. And with F1 Drive to Survive, there's only 20 drivers and there's only 20 races or whatever. Right. You can do it. It's a little bit harder. Regardless, I tried to watch the first episode. I was like, I'm bored again. I don't care about these guys. I don't care anymore. I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. See, I've just been gone. Like I still enjoy it, but I just don't have time to watch it. It's just, there's too much stuff. Like you said, Reacher, you're watching Reacher. I told you, Josh, I saw it already. I've seen the season, but I really enjoyed this season. Are you still enjoying it?
Oh, I'm loving it. I think it's great. Amanda and I, it's a point of viewing for us. This season has been great. I love the Boston. I don't know, each part of it. I think that it's like, this is getting silly. And then I'm like, I'm back. Like I'm with it. So yeah, sign me up. Reacher at a solid 9 on the 9 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. It's so good. Amazon released it today that it has like one of the highest, like the numbers are crazy. It's just doing so well for them. That show's not going to ever end. No. Jesus Payne is asked about Wheel of Time. I have seen Wheel of Time. That is not my, I'm just not super familiar with the series. I do some work for Amazon for it. But I actually, this was my favorite season so far. I think the character development, Mr. Jesus, is fantastic. I think if you are a fan of the series, I think this is the best one. I really enjoyed the season the most. I just don't know anything about. I'm more on the Lord of the Rings. I've read those books. My Harry Potter, I know that. I do not know much about the Wheel of Time, but I did enjoy the season.
I need to, before we forget, shout out Scott Welsh and his Streamlabs. Scott, thank you. This is from last week. Appreciate you guys know hockey. Of course, we love hockey. Catch any of the Four Nations face-off last week. Got a 9.3 million ratings in the U.S. Hope the game grows down there. I really hope it grows. I personally think that the NHL should have always been more popular than the NBA. I think the NBA is boring, and I think hockey is amazing. But that's a kid from Pittsburgh who grew up with hockey and did not grow up with the NBA. I think what goes to show you is that the NBA is full of spoiled brats, and that the NHL is still full of like hungry dudes that just love to play the sport. They love to compete. They love to do it. It's the same. I mean, I get the NFL not wanting to play an all-star game because you're playing a sport where literally every play anybody can get injured. But in basketball, it's just become like some just lame street ball, like no defense. Who cares?
I think you don't have to have an all-star. I mean, like NFL, they can't do it because people will get injured. They can't. They literally can't have even the Pro Bowl. They don't do the. No. They don't really. They do flag football now.
Yeah. But
hockey's great. Love hockey.
Yeah, love hockey. Love
it. I think hockey, as much as I'm definitely more of a football fan, both European and American. Hi Miles.
Miles.
I definitely I think hockey's the best live sport.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Hockey TV doesn't do it justice. No, and playoff hockey is the best time of the year, and it's not close. Especially if your team is in it.
Yeah,
I think that's it. We're out of
that's it. Yeah, we did it. We did most of it. Yeah, I think we got it through everything. Yeah.
Alex Ovechkin 9 goals away from passing Wayne Gretzky's scoring record. I think the more impressive record that Sidney Crosby could break this year is averaging a point per game for 20 straight seasons. For 20 seasons, that's one more than Wayne Gretzky.
Josh, what's your? Don't forget the POW.
I got it.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, David, your.
It is Top Chef season. Top Chef is back tonight on Bravo, on Peacock, wherever you stream it. It's a new season. It's going to be in Canada. I love the show. It's like probably the reality show that I've seen the most of. I don't think I've ever missed a season. So yeah, Top Chef is back, Josh. That's what I'll be watching. Okay. And then trying to squeeze in some Dope Thief and Long Bright River, some more Philadelphia drug infested shows along the way too. So yeah.
I'm gonna take a little. I mean, we mentioned it earlier, but my is gonna be Running Point because I was so surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I was like, I'll watch something with Amanda. Her friend recommended we watch it. My cousin recommended we watch it. I was like, okay, do it. Kate Hudson, haven't seen her, but I always like Kate Hudson in the rom-coms. Blah 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 blah. After the first night, we watched 3 episodes back to back to back. It's fantastic.
Okay,
maybe
I'll try to catch up. Michelle's watching it, so maybe I'll give it a shot.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is TV Talk every other Thursday. Thanks for all your support and friends and fun, and share it and tell the people. David and I just love talking about TV, and thanks to the source, MK Songbird, everybody in chat. Thanks to all the things. Matthew said the Penguins are up 2-0. Let's go. Maybe we make like a late entry into the playoffs. Maybe we make that one of those wild cards. I don't know. I would love to see the Penguins in the playoffs because all my other Pittsburgh sports teams had let me down. We sign a bunch of free agent wide receivers and still don't have a quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, for Josh Macuga, David Griffin, and all of you, put down the book, pick up the remote, and be kind to everybody. Choose positivity, and we'll see you next time. This is the part where I'm hitting end the stream. I'm getting really close to the microphone, and I'm talking. And this is the part where we'll put up the